Sirach chapter 18, verse 23. Before thou prayest, prepare thyself, and be not as one that tempted the Lord. Call like Yahweh Bashmiel Shai. All honor, praise, and glory. Thanks be to Yahweh Bashmiel Shai. Wahara Chachwadash. Double honors to the hopefully elect elder apostle slave to be saved. On down to the rest that's under this doctrine, that may be under this doctrine, to the men, onward to the men here at this congregation, brothers that's in the order and all true faith and sincerity. Shalom. And to the rest of you brothers teaching this truth in all true faith and sincerity as well, from your elder Akim to your younger Akim. Shalom. And to the rest of you believers, you men, women, and children of the Israelite race and on the faith of Yahweh Bashmiel Shah, also Shalom. Ultimately to the elect, those that are about to go on and are going on to be found to have been at the house of David. So as we continue to that point, the completion of that, brothers doing your videos, make sure you, to the best of your ability, man, stop getting on these videos sounding like you just, you don't know what time it is. When you're doing these videos, you're doing these lessons. You call yourself doing a lesson. You all in your lesson. And then you sniffing every damn 3 seconds. Nobody want to hear that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop doing that. The scriptures talk about how you keep your foot when you go to the house of the Lord. Be more willing to hear than to give the sacrifice of a fool. And that's literally what you're doing when you do a video. You're giving a sacrifice. And we have to make sure you're not giving a sacrifice. We are not giving a sacrifice of the fool. So you want to, as the scriptures say, pretty much do it with all your might, man. You don't give the Lord a blemished sacrifice. And that's what this pretty much going into in this quick lesson. Sirach 18 and 23, before thou prayest, prepare thyself and be not as one that tempted the Lord. All right. And we're going to get this same scripture in Sirach, the 18th chapter, in the 23rd verse as well. But we're going to read it in the NRSVA, basically, right? But it says, verse 23, before making a vow, prepare yourself. Yeah, do not be like one who puts the Lord to the test. Yeah, see if this real or not. To see if you just waiting to find out if, once everything done, if you doing the videos is really being accounted, and if the Lord, really gonna deem. You don't want to wait, because what if the Lord deemed everything you did as crap? Because you going about everything he esteemed as something to be work, which is these videos we do, actually being done. You went about all that like it was crap, man. You weren't preparing yourself. You weren't trying to do it to the best of your ability. Now it's different if you have a dream and you just trying to hurry up and jump on the thing, and you know what I'm saying, and pretty much give out just basically. I know for me, I do that so I don't forget. Really. Then it seemed like it's more in the spirit, but you want to try to put off as much as that as possible. I'm not going to still sound here. I'm not going to be on there like it's like sometimes, you can hear, it's like brothers be conscious of what they doing, but you just still doing it. Like, quit doing that, man. That's a vow. Little do you know. So once again, which is another word for a vow, we're going to get it in just a second. It says, before making a vow, prepare yourself. You see, and do not be like one who puts the Lord to the test. You ain't trying to wait to the end and find out if this was really serious, if this was serious business or not, man. So what we're going to do, we're going to come here in Ecclesiastes, the 5th chapter, and find out how the Lord feels about what those vows are. Okay, so you go into the 4th verse, it talks about vows. When thou vowest a vow unto the Most High, defer not to pay it, for he has no pleasure in fools. Pay that which thou hast vowed. okay? And you see it having an NLT, it being a promise, but it's not just a promise necessarily only. It can also evolve to being a what? Something you doing or something you're giving to the Most High. See that?
Strong's H 5087. Not there. Not there.
Nadar. Okay. And pretty much, you know, is like I said, it's something you're doing or you're giving to the Most High. Okay? To do in the Strong's definition or give something to God. So you just gonna give God anything? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. We can't do that, and we're gonna get that word vow.
Vow.
Sometimes it says a solemn promise, solemnly meaning seriously. What does the word solemn mean? What does the word solemn mean? Of course, they're gonna do the most. When did I put it? Haitian Creole. But solemn. See if I can get it one more time. Okay, here we go. Solemnly.
Solemnly.
With deep sincerity. In a formal and dignified manner. Okay. In a serious. So solemn goes into serious in on the dictionary.com in a grave, sober, or mirthless fashion. You're not getting on here playing games. You ain't getting on here drunk. You're not doing that. That's what we're not here to do that. You know? And it's supposed to be in a gravely or somberly impressive manner in a way that causes serious thoughts. You know, this life or death you pretty much confessing to when you make these videos. You basically acknowledging that I'm doing this because this is my testament on how I know this is life or death. Every time I do this, I know this is about life or death, regardless if you always remember that or not. You know, and it's one more instance I want to get that this goes into when you go into the synonym of vow. It says what? Profession. See? Profession. So you want to get on being professional, man, to the best of your ability. You know, a professional spiritual man. We supposed to be professional at being spiritual, at vowing. See how about Shemel Shah? This is our career. This is a calling. See, synonyms, profession.
Profession.
You get career as a synonym, occupation, calling, business. This is business. You don't do that to the Most High. I mean, to Esau, which people treat like the Most High. So why the Most High, man? How the Most High? So we can't do that, okay? So with knowing that, vow, pretty much, you know what? Get one more instance. Vow. It says what? It's a pledge, you know, or a covenant. Okay. And it kind of basically, it kind of takes you into what? It takes you into, you know, a sacrifice, if you will. Exactly. So that somehow, you know, the synonyms is not bringing it up, but when you just go into the word sacrifice, an act of slaughtering an animal, which we know we don't do anymore, or a person, which is you, you know, period. It says for what? It says, or surrendering a possession as an offering to God, or to a divine supernatural figure, an offering. See that? And that's dealing with what? Vow, because a vow means to give something, give a thing to the Most High or to do something. See, offering, a thing offered. See that? Gift, present, handout, alms. See, peace offering. See, offer, give. See, synonyms is give.
Offer.
Present or offer something or for someone to accept or reject as so desired. And it's going to be rejected if you bring it in any kind of way, man. So just keeping it simple, we're going to go ahead and go back. Okay. So when we're reading this, we know that's what the Lord means. Sirach 18 and 23 in the KJV, before thou prayest, prepare thyself and be not as one that tempted the Lord. Now, as you know what this is going into, and that goes in Sirach 18 and 23 in the NSRA, or NRSA, all right, or NRSVA. But anyway, in the 23rd verse, it says, before making a vow, see, it goes into a vow, prepare yourself and do not be like one who puts the Lord to the test. So before you give the Lord anything, before you give the Lord a sacrifice, you better make sure it's right. Don't test the Lord, okay? Because we know how he feels about sacrifices. We'll get an instance. This is an instance of showing how serious the Lord is when, giving him anything. Like, it's a real protocol one must follow. Okay, so this is Matthew in the 23rd chapter. Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, and there rememberest that thy brother has an ought against thee, leave there thy gift before the altar, and go thy way. First be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift. So that just shows what? Just using that to show that the Lord is completely. It's a certain way you got to go about giving him anything, doing for the Lord in the name of the Lord, and that rolls all the way over to these videos, because that's the main thing we can do for the Lord. For instance, we're gonna go to Romans. Keep it simple. Romans in the 12th chapter. In the first verse, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, that ye present your bodies, your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable, see that, unto the Most High Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, which is your reasonable service. And I'm going to read it in the NLT, a living sacrifice to God, hence a vow. And we know before we give a vow, we have to prepare ourselves, because you preparing yourself, you getting your mind right, so you can offer, so the vow can be right. So you can go about giving a vow outright, and the vow is gonna be you. You offering you what you've been taught, what you've been shown, etc. And it got to be the right way. That's a sacrifice. It's a spiritual sacrifice. Hence a vow. It says, and so in the NLT, brothers and sisters, like it. And so, dear brothers and sisters, I plead with you to give your bodies to the Most High, Yahweh Bashmiel Shah, because of all he has done for you. Let them be a living and holy sacrifice, the kind he will find acceptable. See that? So the Lord, he don't just accept anything. It's a specific sacrifice he's looking for, and it got to be a specific way, because we know the Lord don't deal with sacrifices with blemishes. This is truly the way to worship him. So that's just what it is, man. So that's just something I wanted to bring out through the spirit. Sirach, I quoted it earlier, but I'll just bring it out real quick. Sirach 40 in the 43rd chapter, and I'm gonna start at verse 30. It says, when ye glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as ye can. See, as much as ye can. When you doing this work, try to do it to the best of your ability. Don't be on here you sound like you dead. You just stop that, man. You know, you just going about it any kind of way. How you gonna, you know, you trying to convince people that, you know, to bring people in to a place where it's said to be the place where so-called Black, Latino, and Native American people are actually coming to life. So that's why you have to, you know, you gotta be on point, man, to the best of your ability, you know, period. You know, so it says, exalt him as much as he can, for even yet will he far exceed. When ye exalt him, put forth all your strength, and be not weary, for you can never go far enough. You know, the Lord is he a picky man, man. You know, he ain't dealing with that, man. So that's just something I want to bring out through the Spirit. Lord willing, it's been edifying. As I said, I'll jump back and close out there. Sirach 18 and the 23rd verse. It says, before thou prayest, which we know translates, can also go into vow, give into something to the Lord, presenting yourself to the Lord, before the Lord. Hence rolling over to doing these videos, you know, but this also going into praying too. You don't just go to the Lord any kind of way when you praying either. You know what I'm saying? But it says, prepare thyself and be not as one that tempted the Lord. This is not a game. So call halam la Yahweh Bashmi al Shai wa Hawa Kakudas. Till next time, shalom.